I don't. I was going to say the word excited, and it's not even. That's so inaccurate, and it was going to be disingenuous. So I don't want to say excited, but expectant or just interested and curious about what we're going to discover, in our writing, music creation time that is approaching. I know we have a lot of content, a lot of things that you've written, Bo, lyrics. You've been exploring new rhyme patterns or structures, or I know we chat a little bit about it.
Yeah, always. Yeah,
Yeah, always. Yeah, I mean,
well,
sure.
I think always, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think we teased we teased one of the songs last episode. Simple song of praise. Enough.
A simple song of praise.
A simple song, correct. Correct. Dyslexic. I say it backwards.
Of the many lyrics that you've written recently that we have, to dive into, each time I've gotten a set of lyrics, I'd read through it, give it a moment, but not like dive into it. It's almost like where you'd rather just watch the movie and not see the trailer. Mm-hmm. So, like, I know we've got a lot of lyrics, and some I've glanced at, and some I've chewed on a little bit, and then there's one, maybe one or two where it's like, ooh, I really want to chomp on this right now. I've got something flowing with this. But other than that, I am excited would be a good word. Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to get away and see these with fresh eyes and be like, okay,
What will we discover?
What are we doing? And then be like, Bo, what were you thinking?
And be like, Bo, can we change that one word? If we
The whole song.
he'd be like, I'm on it.
The whole song hinges on that one line that you want to change.
Take out dog. That's the whole song.
I hold it loosely till I don't.
Yeah, well, that's the good thing. It's either yes or no.
Well, you're good at holding
it's like,
loosely.
oh, absolutely, change that. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'll get that down to, we'll get 3 syllables out of there, whatever you need.
Yeah, he gets super focused in the saddle when we're working on something. And it's like, okay, we may need to chisel this verse down, or we need to change. I'm already on it. I'm on it.
He's like, I'm already on it.
And he starts typing. And
sounds like a 1950s newsroom.
Try it this way. Oh, if I had a typewriter, that'd be great.
Yeah. We just keep hearing the ding. Every song has this peculiar ding in the background. It's like, what is that?
Or the oven pilot.
Yeah, we know right away we'll know. Hey, what about? Oh yeah, we can change that, and then you'll just start changing it, or it's just like no, that needs to. So what makes you? So in the writing process, then you must have
non-negotiables.
You have non-negotiables. So like, what is that for you? Is it that you're looking at the full concept of it and going, okay, if I change that word, it's going to. Because sometimes it's been words that to my ear wouldn't be the way that somebody might articulate it in conversation. But the way you say it in lyric for song, you're like, no, I'm trying to think of an example. There's a lot. I just can't nail one. But
yeah, there's been songs where it's the lines, where once we're putting melody and music to the lyrics, we identify where the cadence of this line needs to change, or let's get rid of some of these conjunctions, and you do that without changing what the song is saying, or find a more concise way of doing it.
So when I write, I'll write and have all the syllables match, the syllable count for every line. But when it comes to putting it to melody and singing it, that doesn't always work,
right? Because
you can do a vocal pause. There's so many things you can do. Mm-hmm. So I have words that can generally be pulled out pretty easily, or putting the syllables in a little bit different order or something can make. But once I hear what you're singing, then a rewrite on a line is pretty easy. But usually the first word and the last word stay the same. Mm-hmm. They usually don't change because those typically matter a lot to me. But getting there, what we're trying to do and how we're getting there. Then we talk some about like all right, if it's a weird lyric, like an unexpected lyric, which I do like a lot, then we might. I am of the opinion that it's okay to do some more expectant things musically, like something to follow, so that the lyric can be the odd man out, or
Right.
the interesting.
Don't want to layer
They're both
odd.
interesting, but if they're both odd or they're both predictable, then it's boring. I think the music becomes a little bit boring there. But I think it's interesting. So we do some of both. So. So sometimes I've rewritten some things to make it a little more predictable based on the music. If the music that we're putting together, the melody and everything, is less predictable and not necessarily going where the ear might think it would go, then I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's make the lyric more predictable.
Slight deviation from what we're talking about specifically, but have either of you, now that the songs that we've written, now we have, a collection of beautiful songs and, different genres, different areas where we get to share them. Have either of you heard the music? Because I'm hearing it a lot. I'm post-producing the Shiloh concert that we did, so I'm hearing all of the Prayers of a Reluctant Saint songs that we did live. These songs, for me, have sort of taken on a life of their own. They sound like songs that have been here. And I don't mean here like locationally, but just mean here on the earth. You know what I mean? And when I hear them, I'm like almost rediscovering them at times when I hear them. Another quick example would be like Sunday. We have a Spanish service now here at one church, and the song "Hope in Perfect Strength," which was on the Make It Beautiful album. Dan and I duetted that together, but then I heard the song sung in Spanish, and it was beautiful, but it was like going all the way back to the moment of like writing that song and how now it's taken on a life of its own, and it's like materialized to where people are singing it and enjoying it. It just, I don't know. It just feels good to experience that. And then, like I said, even with the Praise of Reluctant Saint songs, now when I hear them, I know how they're supposed to sound. Like hearing Note to Self live was like, okay, yes, like it has all the right elements. The parts that we produced and we wrote out together are being played by other people, and it just feels like these songs have been here. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's just something I wanted to share that I've been experiencing listening to the music.
I would agree with that. I think I felt that when I heard "Hope in Perfect Strength" in Spanish. That moment where you're listening to it and you're like, oh, that's a really familiar song. You know what I mean? It's like taking "How Great Is Our God" and putting it in Spanish and then recognizing it because it's been a song that you've always known. And
right?
It just sounds better. I don't know. In some ways, it sounds really sweet, but yeah, I think we're talking about how those songs have found their place in familiarity, in worship, and
yeah, I mean definitely in our ecosystem, but even just now, like hearing, like the little things we did while producing them, becoming part of other musicians' vocabulary, I guess is what I'm hearing. Like I was listening to Note to Self, and we had David, who was MDing the concert, and he's playing the piano part, and I'm like, as I'm hearing that piano, I'm remembering sitting there with the three of us, and that piano part was being created and happening, and it's almost like, what is it,
maybe
sending
nobody
your kid
else
off to college or something. You're like, but anyways.
No, I definitely have experienced some of that. Like by the way, MDing means
music directing.
Just thought I'd let you explain.
Thank you.
Your
Yeah,
insider
he was
language.
music directing, directing the band.
Directing the band. Yeah, the like going to different worship services and hearing the songs from Make It Beautiful expressed, with maybe just an acoustic guitar and a female voice, or a 4-piece band, with a young male voice. It's different voices and different, hearing those songs being utilized and expressed and then sung by others is really cool. Like, I mean, it's fun. And to go, oh, okay, the song is a good, like, it makes me feel like the song is a good song even more. I mean, I know we rewrote it and we love them and everything else. And you can produce an album and we can pour all that into it. And you guys are incredible vocalists and musicians and all the things that we put together. It all sounds amazing. But, like, we wrote good songs that can be sung by other people. And that, for me, is, like, really cool. So, like, yeah, I can listen to it and be like, oh, subjectively, I love this and I love these sounds and I really enjoy how this is. But to hear them expressed in other ways, the same song, is like, it just makes me go like, oh, that's a good song. Like, we wrote a good song.
We wrote really good songs that could be sung by other people.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to express.
Which is a whole other nuance to it.
That's a great idea. Talk more about that.
This is what I want to say. We wrote really good songs that can be sung by other people.
Oh.
Thank you.
But even we didn't, in part of our process there, like when we were writing, one of the things I brought up a number of times, and I think we did, was I was saying, however we make this on the Make It Beautiful album, I don't want it to be easy. Like, I want it to be almost be impossible to replicate.
Right.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't want somebody to copy it, quite the opposite. Like, I want, not copy it, but I want people to use them and sing them, but not try to perform them exactly like they are on the album.
You wanted interpretations of them.
Versions
of them.
Versions of them, so that they really are being used, and they're living songs. They're alive in that way, and that whoever is performing that song, it's a part of them now,
Right.
as opposed to just a representation of what we already did.
Yeah.
So, to me, that's really fulfilling to see that. So, like, when we recorded, like, oh, let's get 3 guitar parts on and acoustic guitar parts on here, so the one guitar player couldn't play all 3,
Right.
Things like that. You couldn't just pick it apart like that.
It's almost a gift to the performer as well, because now they have to interpret. I mean, I've played other people's music that's like that, where you hear it and you're like, I don't know how the heck they did that, or we're not gonna be able to replicate that exactly. But that it caused me to want to know more about the song and more of how to interpret it and how to play it. And so that's a gift that the composers, the producers, and the writers give to the next guy that has to write it. Because if it's just cookie cutter, if it's just these, okay, I know that progression, and it's sort of like in the, the pop music genre where you're just like, here's my karaoke version of this song. Yeah, I mean, there's a place for that, but it's
not what we wanted to do.
It's not what we wanted to do.
Right.
And so it's good to know that we didn't want to do that, and then we didn't do it.
But the songs can still be performed.
Yes, and the performer has to kind of really dig in, figure out how do I own this, and what do I play, and what do I do for this part, and it can still sound like a version of that.
It's the same song.
It's the same song, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I experienced that this past Sunday playing Hope in Perfect Strength. It was just me on an acoustic. Mm-hmm. So how am I going to play the acoustic to give the dynamic, or how am I going to sing this in order to
that I'm sure you had no problem
flow
doing
and bring it dynamically, huh?
I said that I'm sure you had no problem doing. You're great at that.
But that's what we're talking about, is listening to the song and then taking the opportunity to say, okay, how do I share this in a way, or how do we come around the song in a way that it's not trying to sound like the way it's supposed to sound, or
right.
the way the album sounded, or I can't play this song because I don't have a drummer. Hope and Perfect Strength is it's the slower of songs, so how do we build this if it's just me? And, well, those are good questions, but you don't have all of those other instruments and all those other tools and what was produced into that song when it was written. So what are you going to do next? I love that,
I also enjoy, and you guys know this from the times that we spend writing and producing together and whatnot, but I like to find key melodies that live in the song that almost become like earworms or just things that are like little seasonings in there. And when you find them and they last and they work and they become part of the final thing, that's the thing that gives me personal joy. So like Hope and Perfect Strength. I remember building the piano parts around that, and the entire time it was this obnoxious dun dun dun.
I knew which one you were going to do.
Yeah.
But I do that in a lot of songs. It doesn't not always overtly noticeable as that, but that's such an annoying, necessary little piece of that song, in my opinion, and I think it works well, and it sort of tells people what song they're listening to, and then it's something for the band to kind of unite around. And because at the end of the day, we only have a few chords to work with, right? We only have 12 notes in a scale, right? So it's like, how are we going to move these around and get them to be interesting, you know? So.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's the notes, but I mean, then you got tempo and instrumentation, and there's lots of, I don't know. It's like saying you only got this many colors to work with. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean
it's true.
It's true, but yeah, you're never going to paint the same thing twice, right?
Never blend it, and then to have
We're gonna mix a little blue with a little bit of yellow.
Little titanium white.
a
Yeah.
little happy
A
accident.
little
We're
happy
gonna make
bird
a
here.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna mix the beat of "Make It Beautiful" with the lyrics of "Hope and Perfect Strength." Do you not know? There you go.
Now, we have been talking about just creating, not looking to go, okay, we're going to do this kind of music or that kind of thing, in that kind of genre. So like going away and writing, we have a pool of lyrics and things to go through. So that feels like a little bit of a different turn for us, where I feel like we have gone and said, okay, we're working on these 8 songs for the Shiloh Battles novel. And we had characters and we had things around that. And then we were like, okay, we have this other.
So we wrote a musical. Let's just be clear.
We did.
Yeah.
I've watched I've watched that musical many times in my head.
At some point, I'm crossing my fingers. It'll be adapted.
Yeah, it could be. And we could adapt it.
Well, we could, but
Yeah.
then I'm producing a.
Your cameo would be you're the therapist in the story.
No, he's the guy that hands in the houndstooth overcoat in. This is a houndstooth overcoat. He looks at the camera and then leaves. And then we went and did Reluctant Saint, Prayers of Reluctant Saint, which was like a follow-up to Shiloh, and it was sort of, songs that were, unique unto themselves and in that project. And then we went away and did, okay, hey, we're going to do Make It Beautiful. And a lot of the songs from Make It Beautiful, we've sung at the Outposts. We've sung in our Sunday worship services.
Yeah, they're congregational worship songs.
Worship songs. So now we're saying, okay, let's just go explore. We might stumble on a congregational worship song, and we might stumble on
A love song.
oh no,
But that's secular.
love is so
Love is
secular.
so secular.
Whoa.
For God did not so love the world.
God is not love, apparently.
Yeah, that doesn't say that.
When we did the first album, Shiloh Battles by Shiloh Battles, we even went into that trip with some things already in the making, and then with Prayers of a Reluctant Saint, we went into that with some things already in the making. If we had 8 songs, which I know we had more,
we had like so many.
more than half of them had some wireframe around it, had some bare bones going on. And then Make It Beautiful, I feel like, was one where we had a few things, but we had more to discover and, and create from scratch while we were away.
Make It Beautiful.
Yeah, and then
Fix Your Eyes.
These songs, we have a couple of things, but we have more lyrics than we do.
We have hints.
We've got little
We've got
hints.
whispers.
So this trip will be really interesting, and I'm looking forward to that from that aspect of sitting down and be like, okay.
Where do we start?
And a lot of great songs have started from there on our trips, right? So
They usually just start with us sitting down, just start noodling on guitar and keys and going, what are we doing? And we start hearing something and going, that's interesting. Or Bo, you'll suggest, you'll look at lyrics and be,
Yeah, the way you just hit the D chord over and over
When in
and
doubt.
over and over and over. That was really interesting. And then we have a song.
I'm very proud of that D chord.
Note to self.
I figured out a way to play a D chord in the way that I hadn't heard it before. Gung, gung, dun, gung, gung. I'm even like going, I can't remember how to play that.
I mean, I've been just for some reason all day today. A song we've not done. I mean, we had like some skeletal things around it. When I Cry Alone.
Well, I did a full version of that.
Yeah, but I mean, like we
It's
never
a version.
We didn't dig into it or whatever. But like, fierce emotion wins the fight. There's some. I was like, oh, I'm really looking forward to like opening that up and saying, is there something here? Like
Bring your can opener.
needs to be sung. It's kind of.
Yeah, that's a good song.
We should spar first and then sit down to write the song.
Spar?
Sparring?
Fight. And then we'll.
Okay, first of all, you're not a fighter. That's number one.
That's true.
Okay.
Number one, you are not a fighter.
I'd be the commentator.
Conflict is not your thing. Number two, we only fight when we
With each
agree.
other.
Yeah, we don't fight against each other. We fight for a common cause.
Just because we love
Yeah.
conflict. Like,
It's like William Wallace and the other guy.
aggressively agreeing.
What conflict can I create today?
We're saying the same thing. I know.
If you disagree, then it's more like, hey, man, that's you. And it's easy to
Maybe there'll be
agree.
somebody nearby we can fight with.
I don't want to tussle. Maybe that'll be a song.
Ooh,
I don't want to tussle.
I already just went, as soon as you said it, I was like, what are we saying?
Nah, I don't
What's the
wanna
next
tussle.
line?
Don't gotta flex my muscle.
I don't want to tussle. Don't got to flex my muscle.
It's a little too on the nose.
Yeah. Well. Now we're going into a rhyming vortex of hustle, muscle, bustle,
I'm gonna sprout in Brussels.
shuffle.
Sprout in Brussels.
I'm moving overseas. I'm gonna sprout in Brussels.
Brussels. I don't want to tussle. I don't have enough muscle.
I do feel like flipping Brussels sprouts into sprouting in Brussels needs to happen in a lyric at some point.
Brussels sprouts sprouting to Brussels. It's my next side hustle.
Muscle Shoals. Who's that? Guitar player?
That's a recording studio.
Why don't I know that?
Alabama. I don't know.
I do know that. You told me about it.
Well, it was in the recording realm, so you were
No, but
you had a 30% chance of.
It was,
Muscle Shoals, Alabama, right?
yeah. It was a documentary on that, I think.
It's in a lot of things. Yeah.
Dang. Muscle Shoals is in a lot of things, you said?
Yeah, like Leonard
reference.
Skinner
It's reference.
Oh.
recorded there, I think.
Okay.
It's in one of their songs. Maybe in a couple. I think.
Yeah, we
Leonard Skinner.
don't have, we have a,
We were gonna go to Muscle Shoals, but
no, we just,
found a cabin up in Maine.
we sprout in Brussels. We go wherever, our studio, wherever we are, there we shall be. That's
Our
where,
studio this time's on the Cape. This
Yeah.
could be a really refined
Oh, really?
sound.
yeah, we're not going.
We've been on the beach in Maine, Saco, Maine. We've been on a lake in Maine.
in Maine.
We've been in
Vermont?
the mountains of Vermont.
Yep.
Yeah, during a
And
snowstorm.
Now we're going to the Cape.
Oh, we're moving
What
up.
else is the Cape?
I'm going to bring my cashmere sweater and have it tied.
Yeah,
nicely.
cardigan.
They'll be like,
I'm gonna bring a bike.
Make sure you wear your deck shoes.
little bit of, won't be midnight sliders, it'll be oysters.
We're gonna have oysters and a half shell at night.
Dude, I will eat some oysters. Are you an oyster guy?
Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
There are a few
Si,
foods.
senor.
Oh, are you?
Oh, really?
Look, both of us are like, what?
Really?
I didn't think you liked seafood. at
Yeah,
all.
I didn't.
I
didn't.
love seafood.
Oh, okay.
I'm an adventurous eater.
Oh,
Oh,
You guys didn't know?
that's no.
Oh, it's because I get the same stuff like during
Yeah.
the week.
yeah. You got
Oh, yeah. It's
machaca
that's
con huevos.
That's just some order to my life.
Okay, discipline. It's a
Chili
discipline.
Verde steak.
I love,
Yeah.
I love Mexican food, but yeah, no, I love
Who
food.
doesn't?
Yeah,
Well,
and Mexican food's simple, so but
and good. We got to go back and get that meat cauldron.
molcajete.
Oh, that's right.
Bo and I went there. Well, you went there.
I've done it with Dan.
You done it with Dan? Yeah.
And I've had the molcajete.
Guys, I have a great idea. After this podcast,
Molcajete.
Molcajete.
let's go have that mountain of meat.
There was a couple, so we say picante peppers in there that sent me north, then south. Got to watch out for those. The meat.
So
was
we're
great.
going to the Cape.
There's going to be a lot of clean synths, no dirty acoustics, real 12-string only.
This is going to be like Flock of Seagulls making a
I was going to say
Return album.
Yeah, it's not like Beach Boys. It's more like Flock of Seagulls.
We already have that song.
Songs from the Cape. Oh gosh.
Ugh.
Cape Fear. Oh. A yuppie album. Franconia Notch.
I think I think we should do lobsters at midnight.
You know what I appreciate? I appreciate that you're already designing a menu. Thank you.
Well, you mentioned
It's something
earlier,
I never have to worry about.
Well, you mentioned earlier midnight sliders. Nobody listening to this podcast will know what you're talking about, but it's really a lot of our writing. A lot of our writing happens. It happens at all hours of all days.
But it gets good after 9.
But sometimes it's like, okay, it's late at night. We're ready to write. It's the creative juices are flowing, and we're writing. And it's like, okay, we need to have sliders,
Sustenance.
So we've made sustenance.
Sustenance.
And so it's been pastrami sliders or something else or something like that. And so if we're going to the Cape, I'm getting away from the podcast, and I apologize because now I'm planning.
This is not
a midnight.
You
menu.
do not need to apologize for this because
Midnight
I'm
menu.
thinking about a little lemon zested lobster.
dipped in a half a stick of butter.
Yes.
You know there's going to be butter. Like
Butter, absolutely. Margarine, never. Butter, yes.
sweet cream.
Ooh. And our food does inform our songs and our environment.
Speak for yourself.
Let's
You want to
get-
argue?
Let's get
You want conflict?
Oh, wow.
Whoa, wait a minute.
All right. Oh, we struck a nerve.
right. We hit
Struck
the-
an
We hit him
appetite.
right down to the barbecue bone.
No.
Yeah, but no, you have to. Craft services has to be in order. If we're not eating the right foods, we're not. Listen.
It's an
do you want
extension of the creative
yeah.
flow.
Do you want the proper drum sounds? We're gonna need lobster. I'm not gonna just.
Don't use drumsticks. Use lobster claws. Drumming with lobster claws.
Didn't we have those around here at one point? I seen them. Just,
We do have lobster.
Well, it was in a
hands.
message at one point, right?
No, I think that
this is the day, maybe.
this is the day. Yeah, I think they may have made an appearance. Lobster Day or something. I don't know. Yeah.
We're gonna call this episode "The Insider." All of our references have just been way inside.
Insider.
Midnight Insiders. Hopefully we don't have too many neighbors because we do like to crank the speakers.
I like to rattle the windows.
Rattle the windows. Well, when we
It
went
is a beach house, so the windows should be strong,
yeah.
windproof.
The when we shot the video for Through the Night, we had a lot of neighbors there, but we weren't like cranking music or anything really, and we weren't even writing. We were filming the video.
We're filming the video, but I
Yeah.
think we got pretty loud.
Shook some cabin windows.
Yeah, there was a few cabins. I think there was only a few guests though. Actually, you know what? When I was editing the concert footage, it was really cool. It reminded me because that we played the music video behind you when you were
Yeah.
singing.
Okay.
Just ever so slightly out of sync, but still really cool visuals.
Yeah.
And almost like anywhere that the cameras were cutting to, you could see, shots of whatever, the scout and, when you were sitting by that river with the fire, just singing or whatever. So it was pretty cool visuals.
You got some behind the scene visuals of driving that Scout in torrential downpouring rain going downhill to a stop sign.
Brakes work.
They worked.
Yeah.
I was pretty much standing up to apply the brake.
They're not powered brakes. It's a 67 International Scout. What do you,
What do you expect?
I think it doesn't. Does it not have power steering?
No.
No.
Not at all. Yeah, because I remember that. I remember when
Yeah,
we,
turn the wheel like 20 times to make a right turn.
when we had to keep doing the retake of you driving down the road to pick up Luke, and you had to keep doing the U-turn, and I was in the back seat. I was watching you, and you had to like.
Oh yeah, it was like,
3-point turns were not easy.
yeah. I felt like I was bringing the anchor in by hand off the ship, and then the trauma of driving that through the storm. And then pulling into the gas station, and I'm like mid-prayer, like, thank you, God, for like getting us here safely. And people are like, oh, I love this car. Let's take a picture of it. I'm like soaking wet. I'm just
yes.
like, I gotta get out of here.
Well, this is when we weren't shooting.
We weren't shooting.
No, we were getting
trying.
gas.
We were trying to go get gas, but it was downpouring. I keep looking at Zach too.
I have a video of it actually. I totally forgot about this. I was driving ahead of you. You were behind me, and I have a video of you behind just getting
just so, and I think my head was higher than the my head's higher than the windshield.
I forgot about
And
that.
the windshields are like ring, 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 ring. And I'm
Very,
like, what's
like,
happening
Herman
here?
Munster look.
Oh, it was.
He looked like he was in a go-kart. He was getting blasted in the eyes with water. I'll have to pull that video
It
up at
was
some
fun.
point.
It
Yeah,
was
and
fun.
for those who don't
That's
know
a
what we're
great-
talking
I
about,
watched the video again recently, the Through the Night video.
Through the
if you
Night
haven't
music
seen
video on Vivo.
Vivo
on
It's a
YouTube.
Vivo. It's an official.
And it's on Apple Music as well. So look up Through the Night by Shiloh Battles if you want to catch that video. It's a great music video.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Great song.
Yeah, great song, definitely. And looking forward to sharing the Prayers of a Reluctant Saint concert soon too. Still mastering the mixes. Actually,
That'd make a good song.
we might have some lyrics around that. I think I've done 9 versions of it because it's the only lyrics I have. So I just keep remaking the song and throwing it out there.
Sugar River. I don't know if you remember throwing that one out.
Oh,
Sugar River. How about So Long, So Long?
So long, so long.
I love that. See, that's a song where we've got not only got lyrics, but we've got melody, we've got musicality ready for that.
We've got
We want to rip some chickens.
I just
we've
yeah.
got a
I
little bit
can't
more than a
wait.
skeleton.
I'm going official statement for the record. Cannot wait for that song to be finished. The So Long.
So Long.
So long.
It's called So Long, So Long.
It's had a couple of different titles thus far. The latest sounds like it's So Long, So Long, according to this podcast.
Hey, Dan, we wanted to let you know something.
Well, no, I was privy. I know. I
You knew,
was
okay.
a part of the conversation.
Oh,
but,
good.
I wasn't like, yes. It was more like, okay.
No, you said no, it doesn't work, and I said yes, it does, and you go, I know.
That's right. That's right. It's like, yeah.
I mean,
you're
to me,
right,
it
I
had
know.
a.
I didn't. It's not my number one pick.
What would be your number one?
No, let's not do that.
I mean, but the idea was like you could put any word in there. So long, baba. You know, is it a town, a state, a thing, a person, whatever? It doesn't matter. You could put anything in it, and it was just. And Bo's point was so long, so long. It didn't have a noun there. It didn't need to be.
That's what I liked.
It was that much longer. So
yeah, but
long,
yeah.
so long. Doubling down on how long it was.
It's a long goodbye.
It's a long
Yeah.
goodbye.
But it's also the double entendre. You could also be saying so long to so long.
That's where it didn't make sense.
That's where it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know that the
Like your hair is pulled back too tight.
You're working on a 9-day beard right there, buddy. No, because you're saying so long, so long. You could be saying so long to so long. Like maybe you don't want to leave. Maybe you don't want to say goodbye.
Yeah, we're saying goodbye to goodbyes.
Right.
I see what he did there.
So
Oh, wait, I did it.
you better agree. You agree
You
with
do
me
well.
again?
There's a lot of songs that have that double wishing
No,
well.
he goes for the triple. He's doing the triple double.
Yeah. Today was a good day. Messed around, got a triple double.
Yeah. Adios.